Is
And
it?
now it's working. I think now it's working.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
So, yeah. Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Klaus and welcome again to 3 Minutes Only, my online interview series. And today we are at session number 6. My guest today is a musician from Fairfield, a town very close to San Francisco. Yeah, he's playing the drums and he was the former drummer of bands like The Organization, Swarm, Death Angel. He was one of the founding members, and Philex and the Drills. But now, breaking news. He is the new drummer of legendary US thrash metal band Blind Illusion. So please welcome 5,800 miles from Germany away, Andy Galeon. Hi, Andy. Nice to see you.
Hello, B Gates. Guten Morgen.
How are you doing, Andy? And first question, how's the weather, especially in California?
Oh man, it's scorching right now. We're having a heat wave. It's tropical. There was a tropical storm yesterday. 2 nights ago, and it's just crazy. It feels like Hawaii or like the Philippines. It's all humid out. So the only thing that we're kind of worried about is like there's a bunch of forest fires that start to sprout up, like because I don't know, PG&E, uh, the power lines, they fall down because of the wind and stuff, and then they start fires. And so we're just hoping that that doesn't happen. But other
Okay.
than that, it's like blazing out.
Yeah. Yeah, we in Germany we had last week, yeah, it was a very hot week. We had 95 degrees. Not really funny. But this week is fine, and I'm looking outside the window and see we have some nice summer rain, so it's okay.
Oh, good, good.
So,
Rain's good.
Andy, 3 minutes only. We have not much time, so we start with the first question. You are the new member of Blind Illusion, a big surprise for us all. Um, just for me, did Mark Biederman call you on the phone? So, how did the current Blind Illusion lineup get assembled?
Well, man, I don't know how to put a long story short. It's been the last like 2 or 3 years. I've been gigging with a bunch of bands, which original bands and cover bands, all throughout the Bay Area, and I just kept running into Tom. Tom that plays an Ancient Mariner, Iron Maiden tribute band, and I was filling in some gigs for a Kiss tribute band, and we would run into each other. And then I didn't know he was in Blind L, but I knew he was a great bass player because I was like, if you could play Steve Harris stuff, dude, you're good. That's not easy. It's not easy gig there. So I knew him, but I knew Doug Piercy because pretty much I I opened for like every band he was in, like back in the day. That's how we kind of met. And then same with Mark. We played it, we opened for Blind L, and then a little bit later on, they actually supported DA at the Stone when they had Les and Larry, and I thought that was the best lineup because it was just like super experimental and really groovy and stuff. But we totally lost touch, especially after in the '90s and stuff. But I was filling in for a band called Ghost Next Door, and Mark would just show up like out of the blue. And I was like, whoa, bro, you're still alive? And how you doing? Great to see you. I haven't seen you for like 10 or 15 years. And he just was like, because he's like, man, he kept giving me CDs like, dude, check this out. I wish I knew you were playing and this and that. And then just, then I was in tour in the UK with Phil X and the Drills, and everything shut down, and we came home, and I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do? So I started to get into the Zoom because I'm gonna start doing the drum lessons and whatnot. And then he just started calling me. He's like, hey, you want to do tracks? And I was like, yeah, because I'm at home and I got the drum kit right here, and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to play, bro. And then he's like, okay. Well, then Doug started sending me files, and then I was like, oh, I totally see what this is about, because it just organically and naturally kind of just came together. And yeah, it's really great. They have their own studio recording spot over at Tom's, and I just bring the drums. I practice here at home with the MP3 files, and then we just go down and then do like two songs on each trip I go down, because it's only like 45 minutes away. So we got 4 songs now, and we're working on the next 5. And
Okay, now brilliant.
it's
Okay.
heavy, man. It's heavy and it's
Yeah.
rocking.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Biederman is a freak. Everyone knows that. He's a talent.
I love him.
Yeah, he's
I
just
love him.
dude. You should see Doug and him go at it. It's great. I just step back and go, okay, this is cool. Them two are the ones to do it. And before it was me and Rob, but now it's like, okay, you guys just go for it, and then let's see what happens.
So, Andy, you live in San Francisco area. What is the state of the Bay Area metal scene like right now?
Next question.
Next question?
No, just kidding. Well, the scene is great in the fact that talented musicians, talented bands, everyone's, still chugging away. But the clubs, man, Slim's just closed down. Like, they're just closing, everything's closing down. Okay. And it's for an old schooler like me that's been playing all the clubs back from way back in the day, it's heartbreaking, man, because every club is just going down, and all they want to do in SF now is build like condos, all metal and glass, just like condos everywhere. They just bulldoze any like Victorian cool architecture, and then just they're making condos. They're still making condos right now, and it's like, who's gonna, everything is just falling apart, and they're like still building. So
okay.
So as far as the music goes, everyone's still jamming. There's still, luckily, the rehearsal spots are still there, like Soundwave and Oakland Music Complex. So bands can still practice and stuff there, and probably record there. But, as far as like just playing in Berkeley or San Francisco or Oakland, there's just like, it's just, the club scene is it's really hurting, because they don't want to put any money into music. And the thing with Slim's closing is they built a condo behind Slim's, and it's like a fancy one. It has like a you need a code for the gate to open and stuff, and it's right next door to Slim's, and their parking lot is where Slim's parking lot was. So now you can't even park back there when you played. And then they just they start complaining. Like, you move into the Soma right behind a legendary club, and then you just start complaining about the noise. It's like, there's 2 clubs actually, DNA Lounge and Slim's, but Slim's closed. So it's just a bummer.
Okay, and yet this will lead to my next question, or my last question. We have 3 minutes only. So what is your very personal impression? How can the world benefit from this recent Corona crisis?
Well, I think the world, it's like the same thing. I thought the computers would bring people together, and now it seems like it's just dividing a lot of people. I think it has to go backwards. Stop looking towards space, stop looking towards like building robots and stuff, and get back to like humanity, and like just more like support the farmers, make better food, just less fast stuff, and go back to more like slow it down, so we can enjoy this ride of life that we're on right now. Because the faster you go, the quicker the end comes. So it's like one of the best things is it's bringing like families together. And like, I joke with my wife, we're just like, this is the most we've eaten together, and since the pandemic started, like ever, like dinners and everything. So it's really, that part is really good. So if everyone will just wise up and treat everyone with more respect and humanity and, you know, common sense, you know, it'll be, the world would be such a better place. And it's hard to, it's like I've always felt like that since I was young, and now I'm like I'm teaching that to my daughters, but I just look outside and I'm like, unless everyone gets on board, we're just going to be divided, and that's terrible because we don't want to go backwards.
Andy, thank you so much for your statement. Time is up, Andy. 3 minutes only. So thanks for your time. And I hope you, your family, and all the members of the band stay healthy, stay safe. And I hope to see you together with Mark Biederman, Doug Pearcey, and Tom Gears as soon as possible at any concert or festival here in Germany. This would be really great. And yeah, thanks for all again. And I wish you and your family a great Monday. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you for everything, and I would love to be back on German soil soon. Everyone, peace, metal.
Andy, so I think you have to stop now the recording. I can't do that.
Okay.
I see only a sign. There's a recording.